My strategy to win at this point in time is this district has been carved up, and it has been carved up to benefit Rob Garagiola. I served with him for 9 years in the Senate. I can hold his feet to the fire on every issue he's going to try to tap dance around. And the other big issue that we have is certainly I have a lot of the support from Western Maryland. I have the endorsements from Western Maryland, and frankly, I'm honored here to have the support from Senator Gene Rosser here from Montgomery County, the last Republican senator to serve Montgomery County, and that means an awful lot to me. Senator Edwards in Garrett and Allegheny and Washington County is on board. Senator Schenck from Washington County is on board. Of course, I represent Frederick County. Senators Getty, Pipkin, and so on and so forth. So we have that strategy, therefore, to hold his feet to the fire. He's going to try to run from his record, and he can't run far enough to hide his record. Thank you.
Thank you. In my opinion, there's nothing more important than not raising the debt limit. I don't care what's in the bill. We can't afford it. Why me? Because I'm a working class American. I work a full-time job. I campaign full-time. This is very important to me. No one has their ear closer to the ground than I do to working class. Senator Brinkley mentioned how many career politicians that he has in his circle. Do you think John Delaney or Rob Garagiola rather run against a career politician or working America? I represent working America. I will put the taxpayer first because that's who funds our economy and our initiatives. Thank you.
I'm the only candidate up here with an honorable discharge from the U.S. Army. I've already beaten Mr. Garagiola, who's my state senator. He led the opposition to the Ficker Amendment. It passed 56-44 in our district. David, I'll have to forgive you for your youth and inexperience, but in Montgomery County, people know that transferring state pension costs from the state to save state money back to the counties is a bad idea, and you originated that idea. That's going to lead to a lot of pressure for big property tax increases. I've lived all my life in Montgomery County. I've gone to court for 30 years in each of the courts of the other counties, Garrett, Allegheny, Washington, and Frederick, have a base in both of these halves of the district. I'm very energetic. You all know that. I've been to almost every home in Montgomery County in the past. You've seen me. So I'm going to represent you, and when you dial my number, I'm not going to look at the number and say, I don't recognize that number. I'm not going to answer the phone. I'll answer it every time.
Well, I'm the only guy up here, and very few of us have actually knows who the culprit is and how to fix the system, and that's to go after the banking system and fix it. There's no way we can have prosperity in this country until that's fixed. And we, in this district, last poll, we had 44% Democrats, 34% Republicans, and 22% independents. I can bring out those independents because I'm going to go kill the bank. Just like Andrew Jackson did. Andrew Jackson ran on one issue, and he won by a landslide because he killed the second bank of North America. He brought in prosperity, and he started up the Industrial Revolution. Now, we can turn things around. We can not only balance the budget, we could get rid of income tax. If we did that one thing. You've got to go to my website, and watch the video, Money is Dead. Thank you.
If you do it, just put it back on the table.
As I said, I have 35 years experience in multiple disciplines, and I don't think any of the candidates up here have that. I've started businesses. Senator Brinkley says he has the support of Wendell, some delegates and senators out in Western Maryland. I think that's fine, but I have the support of the people, the grassroots. All right, the Western Maryland Conservative Caucus has endorsed me after multiple vetting interviews. So have the Free State Patriots, and so have the Conservative Congress. All right, there are people like you, people on the street that I've met and I've talked to. Since March of last year, I've put over $50,000 miles on my car, and probably almost as much in gas traveling the district. Coming down here in Montgomery County, because in March of last year, my campaign chair knew that the 6th district was going to be redistricted, and he knew that it was going to swing into Montgomery County. So we were here last year. We didn't just start coming down here as of January, and the rest of the state as of January. So we've been here. I've talked to the people. Yesterday, I was out in Garrett County. Thank you.
Thank you. Strategy to win. Can you hear me back there? Strategy to win. In 2010, I ran for a county council at-large seat here in Montgomery County. Even though I did not win, I still got 83,000 votes. That's more votes than I believe anyone else up here has received in Montgomery County. Of the 4 full-time staff members on my campaign, 2 are Latino, 1 is black, and 1 is white. I have a very broad appeal to a lot of different folks. All these people know that I am a conservative Republican, and they are still with me. I can win by running a conservative campaign, not as a rhino, not as a milquetoast conservative, not by running to the middle, but by bringing the middle to me, because I am right on the issues and I am correct on the issues. Look, the demographics have changed, the geography has changed. You are going to have to be able to win here in Montgomery County, and we know these demographics in Montgomery County. I can appeal to the Republicans and the independents who are going to have their vote in order to win. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad I get to take this question last, because certainly winning in Montgomery County and winning the 6th district is going to take a candidate who's a bit different. I think given the look of the panel here, I think I am a bit different. I don't care about endorsements. I don't ask for them and I don't give them. I need one endorsement, and that's from you. Endorsements from politicians really don't amount to anything. It just means that you keep calling all your friends in the state legislature to try to get them to back you, and then half the time they don't do anything to help you other than they let you put your name on your brochure. I am Kathy Afzali. I am the most tenacious person you will ever know. I am 101 pounds of fire. I don't compromise. I stand my ground. I work well with the other party, as you will see from my record in Annapolis. Go to my website and you will see my record in Annapolis. It's kathyforcongress.com. Thank you.
The second question tonight is about the annual deficit, and we're going to start with Senator Brinkley. The question, and these questions were formulated by the clubs. What specific actions do you support to reduce the deficit, include spending reduction?
On the Hill, in committee, on the floor. When I was in the legislature representing District 15, I was the only Montgomery County legislator during a 4-year period that introduced even one amendment on the floor of the House of Delegates to cut the state budget. And I introduced over 100. That's when there were only 15 out of 141. The odds are a little better in Congress. And I'll be relentless in trying to limit spending, and eliminate waste, just as I've been doing in Montgomery County. There's nothing new to learn there. I've been consistent from the start. So I look forward to your support. Look at robinficker2012.com. That's my website, robinficker2012 on Facebook and Twitter.
37 years ago, fresh out of college, I walked in an office, a Renaissance consultant. They made me president of the company. The first job I had was working for the #1 fastest growing company in the world, and that was Intel. They wanted to get their cost system under control. I developed a cost system for it. I'm the only one that has the smarts, I think, to understand what's going on. If you try, it said that the definition of an insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. If we slow down the rate of growth of government debt, it's got to increase the growth of private debt, and they're both killing us. Watch the Money is Debt video on my website, Peter James 2012, to understand this. If we stop the growth of debt, the money supply shrinks and it collapses. That's what we saw that's happening in 2008. It doesn't work the way you think it works, the way our household budgets work. It's basically a giant Ponzi scheme. It's the legal definition. Check it out. Thank you.
Well, first of all, we have to cut the budget, cut the current budget to 85% to 2011 levels. Implement a zero-based budget. Every department starts at zero and sets a budget. No automatic increases. No 8% year-to-year automatic increases. They have to go. We have to embrace the free market principles across the board. Reduce the tax rate. Go to a fair tax. I'm glad everybody here has gone to my website and seen what's on my website. I've been saying these things for 4 years now. Promote the growth of small business. Small business is the backbone of the American economy. The big companies create jobs, but it's the small businesses and individual communities that are hiring people every day. And they're the stores that you're shopping at, and they're the ones who are keeping the money in the communities. We have to eliminate special interest subsidies. Social Security, we have to make the plan solvent. Medicare, we have to do the same thing. Block grants are a good idea. Social Security, there are ways to raise the minimum retirement age. We could also tie the increase in Social Security consumer price index. Thank you. A minute is not enough.
Thank you. The first thing we have to do is stop raising the debt limit. I think that's the easy way out of this problem. I think it's the job of a congressman to make tough decisions, not necessarily the easy ones or popular ones. Look, the second thing we have to do is grow the economy. Look to two fundamental principles of economics. Number one, people respond to incentives. Number two, rational people make decisions at the margin. With these things in place, with these principles, our tax code, our bureaucratic red tape, our regulations, the EPA, the czars that we have running around, these are all deterrents to doing business here in the U.S. when you look at these fundamental principles of economics. We have to simplify the tax code and we have to roll back this bureaucratic red tape. We have to give individuals a reason to do business here in the United States. It is a global economy. We are not just competing with ourselves here in other states, we're competing with other countries, and we have to attack the problems from that idea, from that position.
Well, our biggest problem right now is confidence. The way to get our confidence back is to replace the president. It starts at the top, you replace him, and hopefully you'll have a new congresswoman who understands how the free market works. As a businesswoman, I understand, and frankly, I'm a capitalist. And we do not live in a free market country right now. We have the highest corporate tax rate of all the free world countries, of all the Western countries. Corporate tax rates, that's where you start. You lower the corporate tax rate to somewhere around 13%. You let the innovators, you let the people with imagination, you let those people shine. Entrepreneurs, let them go, let them be free, and just see what kind of a boost we give to our economy. So confidence, replace the president, and regulations. Get rid of these regulations that inhibit our companies and keep us from fighting globally for those wonderful jobs and innovative things. So thank you, and I'm hoping that you'll go to my website, kathyforcongress.com.
Every 6 hours, there's another $1 billion increase in the deficit and the debt. Clearly, this is the biggest threat to our national security. Every time there has been a single standalone vote on raising the debt limit ceiling, I voted against it. I started voting against it when it was $4 trillion. Wouldn't it be nice now if our debt was $4 trillion? I'm one of only 17 people in the whole Congress that has voted against all of this giveaway stuff, starting with George Bush and No Child Left Behind and the TARP program. I'm one of only 17 that's voted against all of this. There's some very rational things. The minute I can't talk about health care and taxes and so forth, it's very rational things we can do to reduce these costs. And by the way, you cannot balance our budget by moving this off to the states. The states have a lot of trouble balancing their budget. A lot of people in Congress simply want to pass these off to say, when you hear block grant, that's a euphemism for pass it off to the state and let them deal with it.